Kush's movie review.
This week's movie review is Borderlands, a documentary about the struggles between France and Germany as
Of
they
course.
fight over their geographical borderlines. Because one says Guten Tag, one says Bonjour, and they just can't understand each other and they end up just fighting, and it's a mess. It's exclusive on Hulu, I'm sure, because many documentaries on Hulu. No? Okay. What is this about?
We are talking about Borderlands. It is a soft PG-13. It is 1 hour and 42 minutes long. It's a video game adaptation.
Ugh.
I've never played this game. I've never played any of its iterations. The closest I know about Borderlands, and again, sometimes I think I'm mistaking this for uh, Outlanders, Zoomcraft, whatever. I don't know what I'm mistaking this for. There was a Amazon Prime show a few months ago.
Oh,
I'm
I
mistaken
can't think
for
of.
that
But yeah,
sometimes.
I know what you're saying.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Um, so I have no context for this movie. Going into this, it already had like a 3% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, and that's an algorithm, but enough professional movie reviewers saw it and went like, this is some bullshit, that like it got 3%. I believe it's back up to 9 now, but those are the folks who didn't get to see the super duper private thing. Um, anyways, directed by Eli Roth. He's known for Hostel. He's known for the not Cabin in the Woods, but Cabin in the something or other. And then this is, like I said, this is PG-13, but he's actually done a PG movie with the to be mentioned Jack Black, House of the Clock in the Walls. Not the greatest movie, but it was a nice family picture based on a book. And the drawing power of that was seeing Michael Jackson's Thriller on the IMAX in 3D. And that's why I watched that movie. Great goddamn experience. Michael Jackson's Thriller on IMAX in 3D. Like, me and 5 other dudes were just like, yeah.
Good thing about
And
watching Michael Jackson's Thriller on the big screen is that experience. You can't beat it.
boom.
Boom.
Fucking spike the football on that one, dude. Yes.
Anyway, what
That's
happened
not
to
what you did there.
Borderlands? Before I hijack this review anymore.
Don't hijack it anymore. Eli Roth had a hand in writing this. He also has Joe. By the way, the guy who actually wrote this movie hated it so much that he was like, "Put me on under an alias," and I think his name is Joe. It's supposed to be like Abercrombie, but he was just like, "Just call me Joe Crombie." I don't want anyone to know, but IMDb is a thing, and it's not the '80s anymore, so we can't do Alan Smithy. So we Joe, I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. Without having ever played this game, I freaking get it. Also, we're in a time now where even if you made a bad video game movie, and we've actually had a couple good video game properties, whether or not we've seen them, whether or not we've reviewed them on the Waffle Box, um, they've kind of figured it out. Like Sonic is a good thing. I haven't seen it. Last of Us is a good thing. Never played it, but I was like, yeah, it's better than The Walking Dead. Uh, etc. 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 This doesn't work for some reason, and for whatever reason, again, this is the best-selling video game, but the fans of that game were just like, yeah, we're not doing this. Remember Five Nights at Freddy's? You and I both watched that on Peacock.
That was not good.
Not a good movie, but $80 million worth of people went to see it opening weekend in the theater, despite also being available at home on Peacock. So this movie is not doing well. This is apparently a very, very, very bad movie. Um, Quite honestly, again, with no context to the video game, I was incredibly bored. Let's get into the whole thing here. Cate Blanchett plays Peter Quill or Star-Lord. She was taken from her family at a very early age, but she has something about her that's special. Kevin Hart actually plays himself, but he's playing it straight. He's not funny. It's really weird. It's just Kevin Hart if he didn't have a sense of humor. Uh, Jamie Lee Curtis is Nebula, but she's also 70 years old, and for whatever reason, there's a very specific scene where we have to see her cleavage. I love Jamie Lee Curtis's cleavage. But you can also see her just half naked, topless, trading places. There you go, kids. Go see that majesty. Ariana Greenblatt. You know her from the chick from Barbie. Well, she plays Rocket the Raccoon. Uh, Florian Montinu. He played Creed Jr., but you know him as I Am Groot. And then Edgar Ramirez plays Ronan the Accuser. And finally, Jack Black just plays himself as a CGI character. Jack Black, funniest character in this movie. Like that shouldn't be a bad thing. All of his jokes landed. The rest of the time with this movie that I have no context for, that I've mistaken for two other video games, it's incredibly boring. It's incredibly boring. It's trying to be Guardians of the Galaxy. That's what that whole cast list joke was
Yeah,
about.
yeah, I'm gonna get
For
that.
those that weren't figuring that
Are you
out,
assume? Are you insinuating that this is very much Guardians of the Galaxy?
I'm. I think they tried to turn it into Guardians of the Galaxy. I've listened to a couple of YouTube reviews. It has not swayed me. It has not influenced this review whatsoever. But it helped a little bit to know, like, they tried. They originally had a hard R movie script. I understand Borderlands. Again, I've never played the game before, but it's just collect guns, kill people. I had no idea it was on another planet. It's not on Earth. Blah 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 blah. They went one way, and then the studio said, "Go this other way. Make it PG-13 so everyone can see this." And in a world where we're not talking about Five Nights at Freddy's, we're not talking about this, and we're not talking about that, and the Mike Fish, I don't know what your worst video game movie in your mind is, but
Resident Evil.
which one?
Oh,
All of them? Well, so that's a terrible comparison because all of those were blockbusters.
they
Actually
all
separated,
suck.
they can suck and they can be completely separate
The main
from the video
character
games.
in the movie doesn't even exist in the video game. They have
She may
so
not
many
exist in the video
characters in the
game,
video
but
game to take from, and they decided to create a new one, and it sucked. Fuck Resident Evil
I'm glad you got
movies.
that out of your system.
I
None of
thank you.
those movies, regardless of your opinion or anyone else's opinion, none of those movies have bombed at the box office. They have all made a return. They have all increased. It even will like, well, what if we do a different Resident Evil? And that one bombed. We did a review of it here on the Microdose, like episode 18 or something. Anyway, um, this movie was not good, and it did so bad that it made less than $20 million worldwide, worldwide. It made $4 million over the weekend. And I'm not sure how many territories it was in, but made less than. So this movie is a failure. You're not going to see it anywhere. It's going to hopefully be immediately forgotten. It's not going to be a cult classic. It's not a good movie. I don't want to jump on the bandwagon. I try to make this a different review from everything else where you just hate on it to hate on it. I was incredibly bored. The whole objective is we're collecting MacGuffins, and we're going to break into this vault that people think is a thing, but it's probably not a thing, but actually is a thing. And then I think the treasure is the friends we made along the way.
Of course.
I might be wrong about that last part there. It wasn't a fun movie under any circumstances. I like Eli Roth. I like his horror movies. I like The House with the Clock on the Walls, despite going to see it only for Thriller in 3D on IMAX. This is not a good movie. It's a 1 out of 5.
Wow.
I should give it a 0, but we're going 1 out of 5.
Was it not improved? Because I'm just looking at the Wikipedia page.
It's up to 9 now that I know of.
Apparently, Eli Roth directed it.
Yes.
Originally.
I've confirmed that. No, I've confirmed that several
but
times.
Apparently, Tim Miller, who you might know him from Deadpool, Terminator Dark Fate, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. According to this, he took over directing duties during the reshoots of the movie. So this is like so bad.
That's not a thing. So reshoots happen. Most folks would love to have reshoots. Eli Roth might have been just booked on another project at that point. So
okay.
That's not a bad thing.
So it's not like oh my god, it's so bad. That's a common thing to get another director to help out with reshoots.
No, best case scenario, you get to redirect your movie, and you get all your actors in place and the whole stunt team and etc. So no, reshoots are a good thing. However, Eli Roth might not have been available. And folks in the comment, please feel free to correct me. However, you shouldn't look in deeper into that. They just need to do reshoots, and dude was not available. However, this is not his best movie by any means, Eli Roth, even with the reshoots.
So there you go. In conclusion, Borderlands, 1 out of 5. Resident Evil, 0 out of 5.
One of the lowest rated movies I've ever given on this show. We do a lot of 3 stars. We do a lot of we bounce back between 2 and 4, but yeah, very rarely do we ever give a 1.
So there you go. Congratulations to Borderlands for getting one of the rare 1 out of 5 star ratings from Mr. Hayes. Come back and see me. Try harder, next time.
Please.
Stay after class. You've disappointed your parents.
That's all, folks.
Play me off, Johnny.